Welcome into the Oklahoman's video studio for the April edition of Heartbeat OK. We're going to talk about heart disease, signs and symptoms, and the Heart Walk coming up this weekend. The lady next to me will talk all about the Heart Walk. She's Jodi Osborn with the American Heart Association. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Dave.
And from Alliance Health Deaconess, I did get that right, Dr. Zeeshan Khan. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too.
You are an interventional cardiologist. What does that mean?
So interventional cardiology is kind of a subspecialty of cardiology where you do extra training for 1 to 2 years to get trained in doing several procedures like an angiogram or heart cath, and putting stents in not only in your heart but other parts of your body too, like the leg arteries or the necks or the veins of your body.
What got you into the health business?
Well, as I was growing up during my childhood and later years of my life, I have seen a lot of people having heart disease, especially like I'm coming from South Asia where coronary artery disease is very prevalent, and I have seen a lot of people dying at young age because of massive heart attacks. So that's what got me into cardiology and then ultimately interventional cardiology.
How long have you been in Oklahoma?
This is my 8th year.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
You mentioned the cardiology of the heart attack. Let's talk about signs and symptoms. What can we be looking for?
So the main symptom of heart attack is usually chest pain, which can radiate to the neck, to the arm, or other parts of the body. But sometimes people do not present with the classic symptom of chest pain. They may be having shortness of breath, they may be diaphoretic, sweating a lot, or they may be nauseous, or maybe throwing up a lot. And these are what we call the atypical features of heart attack. But if somebody is having these symptoms, it's very important to seek medical attention immediately.
Well, and that was going to be my next question for you, doctor, was no one likes to go to the doctor, no offense. No one wants to go to the hospital, make that call. You kind of think, the shortness of breath, it's no big deal. But that's kind of a dangerous way of thinking, right?
It is. It is very important that if you or somebody around you think is having symptoms of heart attack, it's very important to call 911 immediately, because when they will arrive, what they're going to do is a rapid initial assessment, and then they will get an EKG. And if they're thinking that you're having a massive heart attack, they're going to call the hospital where you will be going to, so that the team is ready to receive you and do interventions immediately, and that may be life-saving.
Just because that saves time, the team there at Deaconess or wherever is ready to go.
It is. We are on call 24/7 throughout the year. And as soon as a patient with heart attack arrives at our hospital, they immediately call us. Sometimes EMSA does that on their way to our hospital. And after a rapid, quick assessment in the ER, we immediately take them to our cath lab, because the goal is to open that occluded artery causing the heart attack as soon as possible. Because the longer you wait, the more chance that you will suffer from permanent damage to your heart, and that may be life-threatening.
Educate me on this. You mentioned massive heart attack. Are there different levels, different scales of heart attacks?
So heart attacks is usually broadly divided into 2 main categories.
Okay.
One, what we call ST elevation MI, where an artery supplying a portion of the heart is completely blocked, and there's no blood supply going to that part of the heart. And the other kind is what we call non-ST elevation MI, where there is severe blockage, but it's not 100% blocked. So there's still some blood going through, but the muscle is sustaining damage. If the artery is 100% blocked, then it needs to be opened immediately in the next 90 minutes as soon as you hit the hospital.
So let me ask you this, could a person experience a heart attack, maybe a mild or not quite massive, and not know it?
It's possible, and a lot of people I have seen throughout my career kind of attribute it to heartburn or things like that, but actually they're having minor heart attacks. But if they do not seek medical attention regarding those issues, then they may end up having a major heart attack, leading to significant morbidity down the lane.
He's Dr. Zeeshan Khan with the Alliance Health Deaconess. They're over at 50th and Portland,
yes.
Roughly. I believe that's the area. There are preventative measures, though, for preventing a heart attack, correct? And that's
Yes.
Staying active?
Yes.
Here to talk about that again, Jodi Osborn with the American Heart Association. It is National Walking Day, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes. We're encouraging people to get up and get moving, put your tennis shoes on, get out there with your kids, with your coworkers at lunchtime, take your dog for a walk, whatever. We just recommend that people try to get about 30 minutes of walking time or exercise 5 times a week.
I mentioned you with the American Heart Association. You can find more information on their website at heart.org/Oklahoma City. But you guys have found that taking those preventative measures, getting active, staying active, actually can lower your risk of heart disease.
Right, exactly. It can lower your blood pressure, it can help with your cholesterol, and it helps with other diseases too, like diabetes and stroke, which the American Heart Association and the American Stroke Association are actually one organization. But yeah, it just improves your health overall.
You probably see a lot of patients, and that's probably one of the things you recommend, not to put words in your mouth, but hey, adopt a more healthier lifestyle.
Exactly. It's very important to have a healthy lifestyle because prevention is better than cure. So it's important to exercise regularly, eat a healthy diet and smoking cessation, and try to avoid things in diet and your activities that can promote or increase your risk of having a heart attack down the lane.
All right, so tell us about the big event this weekend. It helps promote all the things that he just talked about, staying active and preventing heart disease.
Exactly. So we have the Heart Walk this Saturday, April 8th. Kicks off at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. So we've got sponsor booths and live entertainment that'll all begin at 8 o'clock. We also have a breakfast for any heart disease or stroke survivor who comes to the walk.
I'm guessing this may not be bacon and eggs material.
Probably not. Some eggs, but you can have egg whites.
Sure, okay.
We'll have fruit, we'll have yogurt, lots of good stuff. So, and anyone who's a survivor can come, if they're an adult, pick up a red cap. If they're a child, pick up a red cape, or I guess an adult could wear a cape too.
Sure,
if
why
it
not?
fits.
Not going to discriminate.
Right, exactly. So survivors and then top walkers, that's anyone who's raised $1,000 or more toward the Heart Walk, they are all invited to that breakfast. And then we have an opening ceremony in the ballpark at 9 where our survivors actually line the bases and we can recognize them and what they've been through. And the walk itself kicks off at 9:30. We've got a 1-mile route, which is generally for our survivors. A lot of them walk that. And then we have a 3-mile route. So you get to walk through downtown OKC, and we're going to have entertainers along the route. It's going to be a lot of fun this year.
How many people are you expecting? This is typically a pretty big deal.
Pretty big. Last year, the city estimated we had about 12,000 people there.
Wow.
So yeah, we're planning
It's a
on
lot
about
of people
the same.
walking.
It's a lot of people.
But you also raised a lot of money last year.
Yes. Last year we raised a little over 1.5 million. And this year our goal is 1.79 million.
Aiming high.
Exactly. Shoot for the stars.
Well, and it's a big need. Where does this money go towards?
All the money raised by the American Heart Association here in Oklahoma does stay in Oklahoma, which is really cool. Even though we're a national organization, we know that money is helping ourselves and our fellow Oklahomans. It goes toward research and education and community programs to help people live healthier lives.
Very good. And I'm assuming this research and all this stuff would only help you guys out. The more you know about how the body functions and heart and all that sort of stuff is a good thing.
It is, exactly.
Very good. Dr. Zeeshan Khan with Alliance Health Deaconess, Jodi Osborn with American Heart Association. Get out there, lace up the shoes today. You might get blown away in downtown Oklahoma City. A little bit windy, but stay active. And the Heart Walk coming up this weekend, Saturday at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark. Jodi, Doctor, good to see you guys. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.